Morning, Sheldon. Everyone was impressed by the goal that Engvall got the other night, the patience and the skill. But I do remember him maybe with the Marlies scoring a couple of those. With your time at the Marlies, did you sort of notice that he had that little bit of creativity to his game as well as the physical side?
Yeah, for sure. Pierre's got a great skill set. To go with just the speed and the power that he has in his stride that gets him to good places on the ice. He's got a good set of hands and he shoots the puck a ton too. So there's lots of ability there. Obviously, he's still trying to find his way offensively in the league. So it's important that the other attributes that he brings are the real foundation of his game. But without question, he has that ability, and the more his confidence offensively grows, that we think we can see more of that.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Sheldon, Jake Muzzin, in a regular sweater at the morning skate, I realize there's not much contact, if any, in these types of workouts, but is there any development or progress he's making?
Yeah, the progress has been steady. Obviously, he stayed out, and despite the fact he was in a red jersey yesterday. He really got through the entire practice and did a little bit more than we even thought that he would. The plan for him, my understanding, is he'll have his neuropsych test today, which will really sort of determine his status going forward beyond today. But the progress has been very good. He's feeling good. It just has to go through the necessary steps to be cleared to go full contact and prepare to play.
How will the new alignment tonight impact, if at all, the way you deploy David Kampf?
It'll change a little bit, but I think you'll see me move things around to ensure that he's still getting the D zone starts that I like him to have, and at times he'll come off that line. When there's O-zone face-offs and things of that nature, we'll move things around there. But he's a valuable player for us. No matter where we've had him in the lineup or who he's played with, is especially games when we're in the lead, his minutes get up there because we trust him and he does a lot of good things. And he has done a terrific job. Obviously, we've now put Mikheyev and Engvall and Kampf on 3 different lines as well, which obviously there's a ton of focus on Matthews and Tavares, Marner, Nylander, and how they're spread over 3 lines. But also having Kampf, Engvall, and Mikheyev with how well that they've played, we think those 3 guys on different lines adds a lot to us. Those guys have really established play for us. We've started them in I don't know how many games in a row it's been, but we've started them in each game and in each period because to me they've just gone out and really established our game for us. So Kampf has that ability, and he's done a lot of really good things there to just go out and play a very straightforward game. And at the same time, he's underrated with his ability to move the puck up the ice and make plays and distribute the puck to his wingers. So I'm anxious to see that, but in terms of his actual deployment, face-offs and things of that nature, I don't think it'll be too out of whack from what we've seen.
How do you feel Kasha and Hall have looked coming out of the COVID protocol? Because I think Kasha mentioned it was one day he was on the ice out of 10 at a point there. How do you feel they've responded?
Yeah, I think they've done well as you can. I mean, we've had a lot of players coming out of this, and it takes time for sure. But feedback's been positive. They've had a couple days in a row now to skate. So playing a game here today is a natural progression for them. But I think they're anxious and they're excited to play. But it's going to take time for them to get back. I mean, that's it takes a little bit of time to get back into it, as we've seen. Now they were able to get active and do a lot of things. It was whatever it was, 5 or 6 days in Arizona. Then they were cleared to be able to start training and working out and getting out and all those kind of things. It's just taken longer for them to travel and to get back into Canada and all those kind of things. So they didn't travel back with us coming home from Long Island the other day. They had to stay longer, and then those kind of things have disrupted them. But they have been more active than what a lot of our previous COVID cases were, just not necessarily on the ice.
Next up, we'll go to Kevin McGran, Toronto Star. Go ahead, Kevin.
Sheldon, I just wanted your thoughts, if I could, on the Ducks themselves. Do you kind of see them? I know you were with the Marlies at the time, but you kind of see them in the same light as the Maple Leafs of the early years with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner, with the guys with the young talent they've got.
Well, I think there's definitely been a shift that's allowed their young guys to take a hold of their team, and their progression has really changed the overall skill and ability to play in transition, and the speed that they have, the finishing ability, the creativity. Zegras, Terry obviously get a lot of attention, but they've got a lot of other guys there as well, and the defense in particular, with the speed and that they have and the skill they have to join the rush and be in the attack. So having more forwards that kind of play that way with their offense is connected with their D and them being involved. So I think that progression of the young guys from my perspective of it, and obviously didn't see them at all last season, but seems that there's a shift in how their team plays, and that's through the skill set, and it's not unlike what's happened in some ways here over the years. So I think there are some parallels there.
Thanks.
And last one here, we'll go to David Alter. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, Sheldon, I'm just wondering what you've learned about Jack Campbell over the last year when he's gone through a difficult game, how he kind of conducts himself the following day, what you've learned in terms of his maturity coming off maybe a not so typical Jack Campbell start.
I think we've just seen him become more comfortable and confident in who he is, and comes to the rink the next day with the same smile and attitude and work ethic to get back at it. So I think we've just he's developed a routine for himself, and working with Steve Briere, our goaltending coach, and working with our medical staff, that they go through a process every day to get him ready to play mentally and physically, and he has stuck with that. So I think that gives him confidence that he's just got to get back in the net and do what he does well. So because he has established that gives us confidence, not just in the way that he's performed, but in the way that he conducts himself off the ice with his routine, to just do all that he can to be prepared. And then, through this whole process, no matter who's in goal for us, it's how we play as a team, how hard we defend, and how much we stay with our structure. That's a big part of what sets the goaltender up for success. And Jack's been there when we've needed him and we've made mistakes. He's been there all season. He'll get back to that, but we need to continue to make sure we're doing our job in front of him.
I see no more hands. Thanks, Sheldon.
Yes, thanks.